Sabrina Carpenter says she loves Taylor Swift so dearly after Sydney-era's tour Duet, always will. Carpenter, 24, performed a duet with Swift, 34, at her concert in Sydney, Australia, Friday. Sabrina Carpenter is shook after performing with her idol Taylor Swift. On Saturday, Carpenter, 24, said her 9-year-old self wouldn't believe she had gotten to perform with Swift, 34, as she sang the Karma singer's praises in a heartfelt post. The pair had duetted together at Friday's Eras Tour show in Sydney, after Carpenter had her opening act cancelled as bad weather delayed the show. Sharing a clip of the performance on Instagram, Carpenter added a sweet message for her friend. 9-year-old Sabrina singing White Horse would never see this coming. I love you so dearly, Taylor. Always have, always will, she began. Thank you, Sydney, for making me feel so welcome. See you tonight. She signed off ahead of her performance opening for Swift in Sydney on Saturday. Carpenter proved her point of being a longtime Swiftie in the post, as she also shared a screenshot of a social media post she wrote at age 9 back in August 2009 about her trying to meet Swift. Was trying to enter a Taylor Swift contest to win tickets and a chance to meet her, but they said I had to be 13, it read. In the clip posted, Carpenter sat next to Swift by a piano decorated with flowers as the pair performed a medley of White Horse and Coney Island for excited fans at Accor Stadium. The clip ended with the singers leaning against each other and smiling fondly. Another photo included in the carousel post showed Swift embracing Carpenter by the piano after performing their duet. On Friday night, Swift surprised concertgoers as she brought Carpenter on stage with her to perform with her after announcing a new version of her upcoming album, The Tortured Poets Department, at the Sydney show. In a video shared on X, formerly Twitter, Swift told fans as she sat at the piano, "It's good to have options. Everyone likes options, you know. I wanted to show you something if you will direct your attention to the main screen. This is an alternate cover for The Tortured Poets Department," she continued while the audience cheered. "And so this edition is called The Albatross because there is an exclusive bonus song on this vinyl called The Albatross, and I can't wait for you to hear it." Swift then introduced Carpenter to the stage. "My incredibly talented, wonderful, gorgeous, hilarious, genius opening act Sabrina Carpenter," she continued. "She heroically sacrificed her show, which I think is a crime against Sydney, and I think it needs to be fixed, so I'm going to bring her out now. Is that ok, Sydney?" The crowd roared their approval as Carpenter joined her. From the VIP tent, Swift's boyfriend Travis Kelce watched the performance, along with fellow singers and guests Katy Perry and Rita Ora. Taylor Swift says she feels extraordinary at second Sydney show, reveals sweet Sabrina Carpenter texts. Swift performed for a crowd of 81,000 fans, including actress Rebel Wilson, on Saturday night at Accor Stadium in Sydney, Australia. Taylor Swift's Sydney era is going strong. The Daylight singer, 34, performed her second show at Accor Stadium for about 81,000 fans on Saturday night in Sydney, Australia, and it was full of sweet moments from the outset. In one fan video posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, she spoke to the audience about her incredible opening act and revealed a sweet text interaction with Sabrina Carpenter that had taken place ahead of Swift's Saturday performance. "I texted Sabrina and said, 'How are they out there?' And her response was extremely lit and amazing," the blank space singer told the Sydney crowd before asking them to give it up for Carpenter, 24. In another moment captured on video and posted on X, the singer stood on stage as the audience cheered their approval. "Ah, Sydney, you are just, right off the bat you're making me feel so, just extraordinary right now," she told the crowd. Swift then sweetly pointed her finger at the crowd and swept her arm across the stadium as the crowds cheered in each section. "That was wild. I'm not going to lie to you, you just made me feel really powerful," she added before jokingly kissing her bicep. Among the audience on Saturday was actress Rebel Wilson, who revealed on her Instagram story ahead of the show that she would be attending. "At Taylor Swift, we are ready for it," she wrote across a selfie video, before sharing more clips of her celebrations ahead of the show at Accor Stadium. Later, a fan page on X shared a snap of Wilson, 43, watching the show from what appeared to be the VIP tent. On Friday, her first show at the venue was delayed due to rain and a nearby lightning strike. Before Swift, 34, took the stage, the floor of the arena had to be evacuated. Please note, due to weather, show start time has been delayed. Stay undercover until further notice and follow venue screens and staff instructions. Stay safe and remember to be kind to those around you, the stadium said in a statement before Swift performed. The weather didn't stop the come-in with the rain singer or her Swifties from going on with the show, however. She took the stage at 7:50 p.m. local time, according to the Sydney Morning Herald, but her supporting act Carpenter couldn't perform because of the delay. Instead of her solo set, Carpenter, 24, took the stage to perform a mashup of White Horse and Coney Island with Swift. During her first Sydney show, Swift also announced a new version of her upcoming album, The Tortured Poets Department. I think more than any of my albums that I've ever made, I needed to make it. It was really a lifeline for me. Just the things I was going through, the things I was writing about, she told the crowd of the upcoming album. It kind of reminded me of why songwriting was something that actually gets me through my life. Swift's audiences in Sydney have already been filled with her famous friends. On Friday night, Katy Perry, Rita Ora, and her husband Taika Waititi were spotted at Accor Stadium. She'll perform her final show in Sydney on Sunday night, local time. Rebel Wilson attends Taylor Swift's second Sydney Eras tour show after pre-gaming at home with family. Wilson attended Swift's second show at Accor Stadium in Sydney, Australia, on Saturday. Rebel Wilson is a big Taylor Swift fan. The actress, 43, was spotted joining fans to watch Swift, 34, perform her second show in Sydney, Australia, as part of her Eras tour at Accor Stadium on Saturday in photos posted on social media. In one snap posted by a concertgoer on X, formerly Twitter, Wilson waved to fans as she stood near the stage in what appeared to be a VIP tent. The pitch-perfect star sported a stack of friendship bracelets as she stood with a group of fellow Swifties in her section. Ahead of going to Swift's show, Wilson posted a series of videos of her pre-gaming with her family ahead of the concert during a Swift-themed celebration at home. "Oh, we're pre-gaming for Taylor Swift," Wilson said in one clip as she was joined by who appeared to be an excited young family member. "Let me show you our cool setup. Look at this." She continued as she showcased a lounge area with tinsel on the walls and sweet snacks on a nearby table. Wilson then panned the camera to a kitchen island with a lit-up sign, spelling out 1989 in reference to Swift's 2014 album. And then, of course, 1989, she added. Wilson also filmed her 15-month-old daughter Royce, shared with fiancé Ramona Agruma, as she presented her with a Swift Eras tour flask. "Here, Royce," she said to Royce as she clapped her hands in response. "Woo!" In a final video shared, Wilson was joined by a group of girls and women who appeared to be close friends and family members as they gathered by a table with the 1989 sign displayed on top and made a toast with their Swift Eras flasks. "Cheers! We'll see you soon, Taylor. We're on our way," exclaimed Wilson. Wilson appeared alongside Swift in the 2019 film Cats. The actress previously said of working with the singer at the time, "She's incredible. She's such a lovely girl, and I personally think her cat is the sexiest out of all cats," referring to Swift's feline character in the film. Swift opened up her second show at Accor Stadium on Saturday night in front of around 81,000 Sydney fans. In one fan video posted on X during the concert, Swift told the audience, Sydney, you are just, right off the bat you're making me feel so, just extraordinary right now," she told the crowd. Wilson isn't the only famous friend of Swift's who has stopped by to watch her shows at the Accor Stadium in Sydney. On Friday night, Katy Perry, Rita Ora, and her husband Taika Waititi watched the show, along with Swift's boyfriend, Kansas City Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce. Swift will perform her final Eras Tour show in Sydney on Sunday night, local time.